better place you are.
The word corruption comes from the Latin corruptio, which means action and effect of destroying or damaging someone. It is difficult to define corruption because it is a multifactorial phenomenon. We can think about corruption as a network of individual or collective legal or illegal behaviors that act simultaneously and over the course of the time in an organized and systematic way to carry out an act of corruption or various acts of corruption. So, how is this monster attacking us? Well, corruption is a real phenomenon in society because many people have been in the presence of corruption or known someone who has been a victim of corruption.
Yes, for example, I have copied a condom.
Corruption hurts society and widens the inequality gap because it is a fact that such practices cost money. The consequences of corruption and impunity has strongly degraded citizens' trust and contributed to a society that is more skeptical of the institutions that were created to maintain an environment of security, certainty, and competitiveness in the country. According to the Corruption Perception Index, where the higher the score, the more corruption is in the country, we can find our country, Mexico, ranked in the 126th.
I don't think so. I think it can be controlled by some organizations, but it can be totally eradicated.
Can we combat this horrific monster? Citizen participation generates a virtuous accountability effect, sometimes deliberate and sometimes as a side effect. When citizen participation exists, it makes the government information more available to citizens, thus subjecting public management to the light of social oversight and thereby reducing the potential for irregularities, for example, acts of corruption. So, when people participate in decisions, the common good can be achieved by building a society in which every person is free and equal. While the solution to this major problem, corruption, is very complicated, one way of addressing it is at least strongly to promote transparency, which is undoubtedly the best antidote to corruption. Transparency is the practice that contributes to the strengthening of the state because through the right of access and from information, citizens can know and give their opinion of the actions of the powers and organs of the state, but also decide on the future democratic electorate.
I will make an agreement with the government to make rules and divide the types of corruption that they are.
Well, primarily, we have to report any corruption case we see.
I will establish controls, more controls in the government, for example. I think that there are many processes that could have a lot of more controls just to be sure that they are being correct.
In order to attack this monster, it is necessary that we, the young people, commit ourselves to generate, prevent, promote, and socialize a culture of transparency, as well as not participating in acts related to corruption, as they are detrimental to the evolution of our society.